Hello students, I am Homini and I will be taking English for class 5. Today's topic will be on chapter 9, that is Daddy Fell into the Pond. Okay, this is a poem and today we are going to learn the poem as well as the rhyme scheme. We will also learn to recite the poem correctly. We will also acquire basic understanding of the poem. And after learning this poem, we can also imagine the scene of the poem and talk about it and many more, okay? So before we go into the explanation, we will read together what the poem, okay? We will go through the poem all together. Now, from the first starting, okay? Daddy fell into the pond. Everything crumbled. The sky was gray. We had nothing to do and nothing to say. We were nearing the end of a dismal day, and then there seemed to be nothing beyond. Then Daddy fell into the pond, and everyone's face grew merry and bright, and Timothy danced for sheer delight. Give me the camera, quick, oh quick! He's crawling out of the dark woods. Click! Then the gardener suddenly slapped his knee and doubled up, shaking silently. And the ducks all quacked as if they were stuffed, and it sounded as if the old drag laughed. Oh, there wasn't a thing that didn't respond when Daddy fell into the pond. Okay, students, we will try to understand from, I will explain to you what this poem is all about, okay? And after that, we'll go into the exercise portion. Now, from the first line, everything crumbled, the sky was gray. That means everything was going down, everything was feeling so low. The sky is also gray, that means gloomy. It is a very sad day, okay? Now, we had nothing to do and nothing to say. See, the family, they have nothing to do. It was a boring day and they have also nothing to say, nothing to discuss, nothing to talk about. So everything was going down, okay? It was a very boring day, okay? This family was going through a very boring day. Now, when we were nearing the end of a dismal day, and then there seemed to be nothing beyond. See, it is almost about to end, okay? The boring day is about to end. Dismal means something that is boring, unexciting, right? So as they were going to end their boring day, and there was nothing beyond that boring. That means there was nothing, but everything was boring. And as they were about to end the day, then Daddy fell into the pond. See, Daddy finally fell into the pond. The day was very boring, right? But at the end of the day, just about to end, Daddy fell. Okay, Daddy fell into the pond. And everyone's face grew merry and bright. See, when Daddy fell into the pond, it was very funny. So everyone's face grew merry and bright. See, now everybody started laughing because they find it very funny. Daddy is in the pond struggling to get out, right? It was a boring day, but finally they had some reason to smile, to be happy, right? So they were all very merry and they were laughing, okay? And Timothy danced for sheer delight. That means Timothy was very excited since it was a boring day and finally they get something to have fun, right? To have fun with. Timothy danced with he was very happy, so he started dancing, okay? Now Timothy said, give me the camera, quick, oh quick. So Timothy is asking for the camera to take a picture of Daddy, okay? So he asks for the camera, give me the camera quickly, I need to take a picture. So he asked for the camera and see, Daddy was crawling out of the dark weeds, right? Dark weeds is those green color that you see on top of the pond floating, okay? So that is dark weeds. So Daddy, he was trying to free from the dark weeds and he was trying to come out, right? But then Timothy took a picture quickly, okay? And see, Daddy was struggling to come out. And while he was struggling, what happened was, see, then the gardener suddenly slapped his knee. When we laugh, we bend down and slapped our knee, right? So, and doubled up means bend down, okay? So the gardener bent down laughing, shaking silently. That means the gardener is trying to control his laughter. So while he's trying to control his laughter, he was shaking. So when we control to laugh, sometimes we tend to shake, right? So he was shaking silently and doubled up. That means, and bending down, slapping his knees. The gardener was controlling his laughter. He found it very funny that Daddy was in the pond struggling to come out, okay? Now all the ducks quacked as if they were daft. See, the ducks which were in the pond, they all started making sound. They all started quacking like they were daft. Daft means stupid, okay, silly. So they started making that quacking sound like they are silly. All the ducks were making sound, okay? And it sounded as if they all laughed. See, their laughter was very funny, okay? All the surrounding cheered up finally, right? Everything was boring before, but now, since Daddy fell into the pond, and it was very funny to witness that, everything started to glow up. The Timothy started dancing with joy. The gardener started laughing. The ducks started making the quacking, right? Everything became lively. Now they all laughed, okay? Oh, there wasn't a thing that didn't respond when Daddy fell into the pond. See, there wasn't a thing. Oh, there wasn't a thing. That means everything there, all the surroundings started to respond in one or the other way. Some started laughing, some started quaking, right? So everything lighted up, okay? The gloomy day became finally a happy day when Daddy fell into the pond, okay? So that means that Daddy saved the day, right? Sometimes we say saving the day, right? You made our day, right? When we are happy, when something makes us happy, we say, right? We say, so when Daddy fell into the pond, all of their boring day was turned into a happy, merry day, okay? So this is the poem all about, okay? Now a quick summary, see what the poem is all about, what the poem is all about, okay? See, the poem is about how the family were having a bad day, but it became a bright and merry day when Daddy fell into the pond. Everything came back to life, okay? This poem is all about a family that is undergoing a very boring, a very gloomy day, okay? So as they were going through the boring day and their day was about to end, Daddy fell into the pond, and after that, everything started to glow up. See, everyone started laughing. All the surroundings started to respond. And finally, their boring day, before they had nothing to say, right? But now they have something to talk about, right? So their day became bright and everything came back to life, okay? All the boring things was now lively. So that is the poem all about, okay? Now, in this poem, there are many meanings, right, that we can understand. Let's try to understand what those meanings are, okay? The first is grumble, Grumble, grumble. Grumble means to complain about something. See, the family were complaining about how boring their day was, right? So that is grumble. Now, dismal, the DISMAL, dismal. That means gloomy, unhappy. See, the family was very unhappy, right? They were having a very boring day, so they were very sad, right? We all will be very unhappy if our day was, if we have a bad day, right? That is why the family are also very gloomy, okay, before. Now, duckweed, D-U-C-K, duck, W-E-E-T, weed. Duckweed is any small aquatic plants that float on the surface of the ponds, right? I told you already that sometimes when you go to your nearby houses and to your nearby ponds, you see the green things, the little plants that is floating on the pond, right? On top of the pond, they are aquatic plant, okay? The plant that grows in the water, okay? So those are known as duckweed. The next is doubled up, D-O-U-B-L-E-D, doubled, U-B up. Doubled up means to suddenly bend your body forward, usually because of laughter. See, who doubled up in the poem? I've told you already that it was the gardener who doubled up, trying to control his laughter, right? So that is it, okay? The meaning of doubled up. Now next is tough. T-R-A-F-T, tough, that is silly, okay? Silly, that is something stupid or silly, okay? Now drag is D-R-A-K-E, drag, that is a male duck, drag, okay? Male duck are known as drag. Alright students, today we are going to learn a very interesting thing. In your class 3 and 4, we have learned about rhyming words, right? Rhyming words are words that sound similar while pronouncing, right? So today we will learn the rhyme scheme, okay? What rhyme scheme is all about. So what is rhyme scheme? Here is the definition. Rhyme scheme is the pattern of rhyme that comes at the end of each verse or line in a poetry, okay? Rhyme scheme are those words that at the end of each verse, okay, at the end of each sentence in a poetry or line in a poetry, okay, that sounds similar, okay, those similar sounds in a poem, they have pattern, right? That means one will rhyme the other, the next will rhyme the other, it goes on, right? It follows a pattern, right? So that is a rhyme scheme, okay? Now in the poem there we will try to find out the rhyme scheme, okay? So rhyme scheme in the poem are, see the first line, it ends with gray, right? Gray. Now let's see the second line, say. The third line, they. Does it sound similar? You can let your friends say and you try to make out whether the words are similar or not, okay? Gray, say, they. See, they have a kind of Y ending, right? At the end, they have something like a Y sound, right? So that means all these three words, gray, say, and they rhyme together. So let's mention them with A, okay? We will try to give them A since they all sound similar. Let's group this in A category, okay? Now next is beyond. See, beyond, we'll try to find out the next line whether the next line sounds similar or not. See, next is then. Beyond, then. It's different, right? So beyond will be, we will try to give this B, okay? Beyond is not same with again they, right? They are different. So the up one will give A as it is. Next we will give B, okay? We will try to give them a sign, okay? In order to indicate what the rhyming words are, okay? Now beyond is B, we will give B. Next is then. Then let's see whether it is similar with the next word or not. Bond. Then, bond. Does it sound similar? No, I don't think so. See, tent is different from bond, right? So we will try to give tent as C, okay? We will give this name as C. Now next is bond. See, bond, it sounds similar with beyond, right? It ends with D sound, right? Bond, beyond. So we will take this, we will also name this as B, okay? Because they both are similar. So here in this paragraph, the rhyming words will be gray, say, they. Since gray rhyme with say and say rhyme with they, we will give them all as A, okay? We will indicate them as A. Now next is beyond, it rhymes with bond. So we will indicate it with B, and then since it sounds different alone, we'll give it C, okay? So what are the rhyming words? What are the rhyme scheme in this poem? So while naming the rhyme scheme, we will not take the words, okay? We will only take the indicating letter, okay? So the rhyme scheme in the first stanza of the poem is, let's try to take out the indicating letter. A, B, C, and B. So the rhyme scheme in the first stanza of the poem is A, B, C, B. So that is the first stanza. Now the next stanza, the same pattern. We will look the ending part only, okay? Bright delight. It rhymes, right? It sounds similar. So deal C we have done, right? Now we will go to the next letter D, okay? Bright delight will be D, since they sound similar. Now quick and click, it sounds similar, right? E, okay? We'll give E, okay? Now here the rhyme scheme will be, we are not finding out the rhyming words, right? We are finding the rhyme scheme, that is the pattern, okay? So the rhyme scheme here will be D, E, okay? So the rhyme scheme in the second stanza will be D, and E, okay? So that is it. In the third stanza, we have the last word. We'll only see the last word, ni, silently. See, ni, silently. The ending, they have E sound, right? Silently, ni. So we'll give, which word we have given? Till E we have given, right? Now we will indicate it with F, okay? So here we will give F, they sound the same. Now duff, loved, respond. See, they sound similar, right? So we will give G, okay? Since we have taken F, now we will take G. So duff, loved, and respond will be, duffed and loved will be G. Respond. See, earlier we have taken respond as well, right? Let's go to first stanza. See, beyond, respond. It sounds similar, right? So the same word will have the same indicating letter, okay? So respond will be B. We will take the indicating letter in the first stanza of respond and we'll give here B. Now next is when. When is alone. It sounds different, so we will give H. Now daddy fell into the bond. Bond also sounds similar with respond, right? Bond, respond. So it will be B. So the rhyme scheme here is, in the last stanza, the rhyme scheme will be F, G, B, H, P, okay? So this is the rhyme scheme in this stanza, in the last stanza. Now the rhyme scheme in the poem are, we will take the whole of the poem and we will, since we have indicated all the letters, all the rhyme scheme, all the rhyming words, we will take only the indicating letter, okay? And we will give the rhyme scheme in the poem as A, B, C, P. This is the first stanza. Next stanza, D, E. This is the second stanza. Now next is F, G, B, H, P. This is the third stanza, okay? So the rhyme scheme is a pattern of words, okay, that rhymes, that sound the same, okay? So in rhyme scheme, we will take only the indicating letter, not the words, okay? Now, that is all about rhyme scheme. Now there are words in the poem that denotes the funny and happy mood, right? There are some words we have come across in the poem that indicate a happy mood, right? So what are those words? Let's try to find out. Merry, bright, delight, loved. See, merry, bright, all this indicates that they are indicates a happy mood, right? Funny and happy mood, right? So these are the words that indicate a funny and happy mood. Again, now I will give you one homework. Since we have indicated the fun, happy mood from the poem, all these words are in the poem only, okay? So now I want you to denote some terms, to find some words which denote a gloomy mood, okay, a sad mood, okay? The bright mood is done already for you. Try to find out the gloomy mood, okay? That will be a homework for all of you. Now, we have come to the end of today's class. Let's go a quick revision, okay? What did we learn today? So we have learned to comprehend the poem, that is to understand the poem, right? We have learned to read it, we have learned to write and understand, right? We can now summarize the poem in our own words, right? That is comprehend, okay? Now we also have learned new words, right? We have learned some new words in the poem. Now, lastly, we have also learned some rhyme scheme, right? We have learned what a rhyme scheme is all about, right? It is similar to rhyming words, okay? In your previous classes, class 3 and 4, you have learned what a rhyming words are. So, today we have learned their patterns, okay? The rhyme scheme, the pattern on how to indicate, how to find out the rhyming words, okay? In a line or in a phrase or a line, okay? So that is all for today's class. We will meet in the next class.